Yeah, very excited. We've been talking about the fact that it's been an exceptional start to the year for the cannabis sector as a whole. It was a great end to the year last year as well. We're very, very excited to have Brad Rogers, Chairman and CEO of Red, White, and Bloom, back with us once again to give us an update on the company. Great to see you, Brad. Welcome back to the show. It's, as I mentioned, it's been a very exciting start to the new year for cannabis stocks as a whole. For anyone who maybe, tuning in, missed you the last time you were on the show, give us an update on Red, White, and Bloom. For anyone who's not familiar with the company, just give us an overview of what it is you're focused on currently.
Sure. Yeah. Look, you're right. It's a great start to the year. We're very excited about what's going on in the market, but specifically for us, we've been flying stealth for a little while and doing what we said we'd be doing since we got into the market about 5 years late, but we're doing a really good job at catching up. So for those who aren't familiar with the story and those who want to catch up, Red, White, and Bloom is a brand focused super state operator, we call ourselves. We're super state, being that we are we're more aligned in working in states at critical mass versus smaller scale, and many of them. So we have just since recently gone into our latest state, which is Florida, but I'll talk about that in a minute. But our beachhead was Michigan, where we started, and we started that with as an investor in a privately held investment company that we invested in, that grew to about 20+% of the Michigan market, and we took a real good foothold, a very foundational place for us to start. And then we went into Illinois, and then we went into California. We bought a company called Platinum Vapes, which is one of the biggest vape companies in America. And then we licensed the High Times brand into those states and into Michigan and Illinois, and we took the rights for Florida as well. In the meanwhile, Platinum Vapes, the company we took on, was already in Oklahoma and already had a deal in place in Arizona through an MSO that we're going to be doing business with in the very short future. So when you look at the footprint that we've grown with in a very short order, we're in Michigan, Illinois, California, Arizona, Oklahoma, and now we've just entered Florida, which is a fantastic state. We just bought Acreage's holdings. So we're darn excited about everything that's going on there, and we can't wait to get started in all of these markets that we're just embryonic in, and we're growing foundationally in the other ones that we're in right now. So pretty good start.
Yeah, so very active on the M&A front going into the new year this year. You mentioned a few ideas and a few deals that have been done: Michigan, Illinois, Florida. Let's talk about Platinum Vapes. Maybe explain the concept there with Platinum Vapes and what that brings overall to the company.
Incredible story. Platinum Vapes is a California brand. Started here in California in San Diego, which I'm at right now, and it's a father and son that just grew this thing, and it grew via care and culture. They did a really good job of really sort of making a brand out of this and making a great experience and standing on the pillars of what brands stand on, which is price, quality, and convenience. And they've executed on that judiciously and with discipline over the last few years. And so it became a very, very big piece of our business in Michigan, and we saw that as a very good fit for us to be able to take that asset on and really control that much more of the market beyond that of our brick and mortar footprint in Michigan. But we saw it as a big brand to be able to go and exploit in the other markets that we're in as well. And we couldn't be happier. It's since doubled in revenue since we've taken it, and we see big things for that. And then of course we're going to piggyback those formulations and really expand on that brand portfolio and product lines with the Platinum Vape product itself, and then of course High Times on top of that. And we've got a few other very exciting brand initiatives that we're going to bring into the house of brands that we're starting to build already. So that's effectively where Platinum Vapes is, and it's doing incredible revenue, and we couldn't be happier with that acquisition.
So when it comes to High Times, a name that everyone has heard as far as name recognition, it really doesn't get any bigger. The second line of products now being released when it comes to the state of Michigan. Talk about what that means for the company, getting into the state first off, and then now coming back with the second line of products.
So look, High Times has been around for 46 years. 46 years in to be talking about cannabis and being an advocate for cannabis. Now we actually get to contextualize it and put it into real product. And so they've been arbiters of just making sure that everyone knows what quality is and what cannabis is, and the safety and the efficacy about it. And they've been responsible to do that since day one. And so we couldn't be happier, more proud to represent that brand in the markets that we're in, to be able to actually push that a little further into people's mindset. When you get into a market with a mindset that's already got mind share of a brand, that's leveraging brand equity beyond that of what anybody could build right now. So when you look at High Times, I call it the biggest brand in cannabis and the only real brand in cannabis, really, for that matter. And to be able to do it right with price, quality, and convenience, that's the things that the brands stand on, and we're able to execute on that. That's it's an incredible opportunity for us, and the terms of the deal are fantastic as well, very favorable to RWB, and of course we're going to perform for High Times as well. So looking at shareholder value, I don't think we could have done a better deal on a brand situation with both Platinum Vapes and High Times to start as a foundation with where we're going right now. They appeal to two different psychographics and demographics, and of course we've got the rest of the Cannabis Cup with events that we were able to do in Michigan and Illinois. So I mean, with what we have with those brands, and to be able to leverage those things and then pull other brands into that portfolio and really appeal to all the, one brand is not going to appeal to everybody, right? Not everybody drinks Starbucks in the morning, but I do, and that's for me. But there's Dunkin', there's Tim Hortons for the old Canadians back at home. But yeah, so everybody's got their own little thing, and they appeal to different. So we know that, and we're going to appeal to that. And what's going to stand in a commodity, what commodities are going to stand in, I apologize, is going to be a brand. And so brands are going to prevail here, and that's what we're doing right now. We're fortifying our business with brands and distribution. We're being great channel partners and standing on all those pillars that brands stand on.
Brad Rogers, Chairman and CEO of Red, White, and Bloom, with us today. Brad, let's take a step back, maybe talk about the overall sector as a whole here. From a higher perspective, this new administration in the White House, possible, more favorable policies to come as far as the U.S. Is concerned. What does that mean for a company like Red, White, and Bloom?
Well, I guess it means that when you look at federalization, we can operate now. So I came from Canada where we're federally operating, and so we're very successful. I had two of the biggest medical focused companies in Canada. So when you're able to actually provide a product such as cannabis with a label claim on it, and that's what we want to do. So we want to normalize this into not, hey, what percentage is this today versus I know what it's going to be when I get it. And again, that's a brand proposition. So when I'm able to deliver my 30% Gold Kush every single time as 30% Gold Kush with that label claim on it, it's very similar to liquor or alcohol. So when you walk into your liquor store, you're not going to guess what the alcohol content of your spirit is. It's 40% per volume every single time. And so very similarly, what I'd like to do was with our products, put label claim on it and make sure that there's a deliverable to that, and there's a consistency to it. So if you're in Florida and you loved my 30% Gold Kush, you're going to be in California and you're going to be able to get my 30% Gold Kush as well. So that's very important to me for consistency across the country when federalization comes in. And then of course there's capital pieces of it as well. So when you look at when federalization happens, there's a lot of funds and a lot of family offices that have governance and rules that can't touch this business yet. And I've done capital sweeps across the USA for probably 10 years now. And I'm thinking, they're saying to me, when this comes, there's hundreds of billions of dollars ready to just pour into this space. And so we're positioning ourselves and fortifying our businesses for when that money comes in to grow even bigger than we're going to have a position in when it comes. So heads down right now for us. We've been very judicious with our capital. We've grown exponentially with what we've had, respectfully. So we've probably spent, 10 cents to every other dollar that the big boys have spent to get to where we're at, to actually have a platform to compete effectively with them. So, when you look at us as an investment, I think we're very, very competitive with respect to what's going on in the market. And you look at the arbitrage of what's going on with respect to where our stock is. That's a big, big plus for us. And then to get back to your point of federalization, when that happens, that tide is going to come in, and all those strong boats without the holes in them are going to float, and we're going to be one of them.
When you mentioned the amount of money that still is possibly on the sidelines waiting to be invested into this sector, where do you see the trends maybe going? Where do you see the product line trends? Where do you see the 6 month, maybe go out a year or 2 years? What does this sector look like from a product standpoint?
So it's again, this is fortification of brands, and I think in a commoditized space such as cannabis, and it is all it is a commodity, really it is. If you can bring a great quality product to a commoditized market, get a brand around it, get loyalty towards that brand through a dedicated demographic that you're serving, and of course, align your portfolio with what is being purchased at the time and be innovative as well in terms of form factors. That's effectively where we're going to be in 2 years, let's call it. It's still embryonic. I mean, we're in the very early stages of what I call, it's the end of prohibition, effectively. And so, this is the very, very early stages of it. And so, when you bet on Jack Daniels, did you know you were betting on one of the biggest liquor companies in the world? Probably not. But this is where you're going to be making your bets. And so for us, I think, we're going to consider ourselves, perhaps the Jack Daniels of the world, and just bring this out of prohibition into a standardized quality product across our house of brands that we're going to be representing throughout America. And, that's effectively a simple game plan, but the simple game plans are typically the most effective.
Brad Rogers,
so, it's a brand play.
Yeah, Brad Rogers, Chairman and CEO of Red, White, and Bloom. It's an exciting time. Sir, we look forward to another update in the future.
Thank you so much. Really great to be here. Good to see you.
Good to see you again as well. There you go, guys. Look at Red, White, and Bloom, one of the smaller plays in the cannabis sector, but an exciting one. Got it.